Hi, and welcome back to Lisa's Stamp Studio. My name is Lisa Curcio. With Valentine's Day approaching, you may need some really quick and cute gifts. And today I've got a great idea for you. Not only am I going to show you one way to create it, I've got several other samples to share with you. In addition to that, I have 25 different ways you can fill these adorable heart containers. Now, these are actually baking foil tins shaped like a heart, so you can actually bake in these for those of you that like to create hand-baked items. The link for those 25 items will be right below this video in the description below. And even if you're not into giving Valentine's gifts, these ideas are going to be great for weddings and showers, classroom parties, and other ways to provide gifts for friends and loved ones. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, I would love to have you subscribe. Click the subscribe button down below and make sure you click that small bell icon that's next to it. That will give you notifications when I'm live right here on YouTube, as well as when I upload a new video. Let's head over to the stamp table and let's get started on today's project. These adorable heart foil tins come in a package of 10. So you'll get 10 for the bottom and 10 for the clear tops. Now, although they're fairly small, you can see the size here in the palm of my hand. They are very deep, and the domed lid makes it perfect for you to create your own cupcakes or treats inside. In fact, you're going to be very surprised when I show you my samples how much I was actually able to get in here. These products are found in the current Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. Before I decorate the box, the very first thing I'm going to recommend that you do is go ahead and fill it. And I'm going to fill it with one of my very favorite things, chocolate. And you're going to be able to see just how much this is going to be able to hold. Because of the depth of the tin and the lid, you'll be able to fill this with lots of different things, including small gifts. So the lid just pops on, and you're going to see that it has a sealing edge here, which makes it great for transporting it. I'm going to push that off to the side, and I'm going to bring in the new heart doilies. Now, they come in a package with red and the flirty flamingo, and you get 20 of each. Now, I'm going to be using the flirty flamingo on today's project, but I want to show you this. They're white on the other side, which means if you don't want it white, you can certainly color these by using Stampin' Mist and some re-inker or a sponge and your ink pads. I'm going to start by placing the heart on top of the clear dome, and the easiest way to do that is to use glue dots. So I've got my glue dots here, and I want to make sure that it's not going to shift. So I'm actually placing the two areas here of the heart on the glue dot itself. I'm going to place another one here at the bottom. I'm careful to avoid that open pierced area because I don't want those glue dots to show through. And then I'll center that here on top of the lid. I've cut a piece of this beautiful satin ribbon. This is real red and it'll coordinate beautifully with the tins. I'm just going to do a very simple zigzag back and forth on here. So I'm just going to wrap the ribbon back and forth on top of the lid. To secure it in place, the absolute easiest way for me is to use household tape. Now, you can certainly use glue dots, but I found I was having to use quite a few of those to hold those down. So I have a small piece of tape here, and that area is going to be hidden once we're all finished. And then you can go ahead and just separate those ribbons as you'd like, and then trim up your ends if they need it. Now, let's talk about the adorable heart-shaped card we're going to be making for the top of this. I've cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock for my card. This measures 2.5 by 4 1/4, and I did score it in half at 2 1/8, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that. I'm going to use my bone folder for that nice crisp edge, and this is where I'm going to be using one of the brand new heart punches. So you'll receive the scalloped heart as well as the plain heart. We're going to use both today. This product is also in the current mini catalog. I'm going to flip this upside down and I'm going to slide my paper in. Now my crease is here at the top. Now because this is a small piece of paper, you may have difficulty maneuvering it with your hand. So I love to use my Take Your Pick tool. The putty tip here will allow me to maneuver this paper very, very easily. Now I want to bring you in a little bit closer so that you can see. You want to make sure that you leave a little bit of space at the very top of the punch here that's not going to be punched out. That's going to ensure that you have the entire card intact. Once I'm happy with it, I'm giving this a little bit of a squeeze to secure the cardstock in the punch. And because we are going through 2 layers of cardstock, you're going to want to use the heel of your hand and push firmly. And that's going to give you this. It's an adorable little heart card. Now let's go ahead and decorate this. The entire suite of From My Heart in the mini catalog is full of beautiful coordinating products. And I'm using the designer series paper here to create a layer on the front of my card. Quick and easy. This heart is also part of that punch pack, so you'll receive both the scallop and the plain heart. I'm using the piece of designer series paper here, and I'm going to go ahead and punch that out. I've got my silicone craft sheet here, which I absolutely love to use when I'm using adhesives because liquid glue, hot glue, and adhesive will not stick to it. I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to add adhesive on my wrong side. And isn't that cute too, that striped paper? This now will get adhered here to the front of the card. I'm looking to mimic it to leave a small border of that white card all the way around. I wanted to add a little decoration here before I stamp the inside. And let me show you what I did. I actually went to use my dog builder punch. It has a small heart in it. So keep in mind to use other dies and punches that you already have to add some accessories to the projects that you're creating. It's a great way to expound on those purchases. I've got that same piece of designer series paper here that I did that heart punch on, and I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to run that punch right here through that designer series paper and I'm going to punch it out. Now, I purposely did not make that straight because I want my lines to have a little bit of interest. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over and we're going to add a mini dimensional to the back of this. Again, with my Take Your Pick tool. This time I'm going to be using the paper piercing tool attachment. I'm going to pick up one of those mini dimensionals. I'm going to place that right here on the back side and I'll remove that paper backing. I want to ready this for my metallic thread, which is what I'm choosing to add to give a little bit of pizzazz to this. I've got about 8 inches of the metallic thread here, and it is very fine, which is one reason I really like to use it on these projects, since it's not going to overpower what I'm doing. I've gone ahead and I've folded it in half, and I'm going to fold it in half again and again to get it as small as I want, simply because that heart is very tiny. And then I'm just going to pinch it in the center and give it a little bit of a twist. And because that's been revealed here, that's nice and sticky. So I can lay that right here on top of the back. And then I can fan out my little metallic threads. And that's going to get adhered here on the front of my heart card. I have my rhinestones here. And again, with my Take Your Pick tool, I'm going to pick up one of those small ones. I'm going to add a little bit of bling to that heart here on the outside. Now I'm ready to go ahead and stamp the inside of my card. I've chosen the word thank you, and this comes from a mini catalog stamp set called Peaceful Moments. I'm really enjoying the huge display of greetings in this stamp set. There's literally something for everything. To coordinate with my project, I'm going to be using the coordinating Real Red ink pad. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about the Stampin' Up! Products is the color coordination. So I'll go ahead and now ink up my greeting, and I'm going to stamp that here. I'm also going to add a little bit of bling here to the inside of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up one more of my rhinestones and I'll add that here. And you can add one to each side if you'd like, which is what I did on my original one. Now to attach this to the front, I'm going to recommend that you use dimensionals. I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to add 3 dimensionals, and I'm going to add them strategically because I want to make sure that they're not going to impede on that ribbon. I want to make sure it's good and stuck to the actual tin itself. I'll be using my Take Your Pick tool, paper piercing tool attachment. Once again, I'll remove those paper backings, and I've got my treat holder here, and I'll just attach that here to the center. So as you can see, my dimensionals are going to rest here and here, leaving my ribbon free and open, and that's going to give us that cute little card. So there we go, we have our first one. As I promised, I have several other ideas for you. Let me share those with you. This adorable tin is actually holding Hershey's Kisses. These individually wrapped candies are a great way for you to present a gift. This time I used a 1-inch by 11-inch strip of that exact same designer series paper. I created a banner tip on one end and I wrapped it around. Now I want to give you a tip about this that's very important. You're going to want to use a very strong adhesive to hold the designer series paper down here on the back to make it easier for you to wrap so it doesn't slide off. And then I use those same punches, the same metallic thread, actually the exact same Peaceful Moments stamp set for the greeting here. And then finally, I have this one. Now I know it's decorated and it's going to be difficult to see inside, but it actually has a very small glass votive holder with a votive candle inside. I added some filler so they can actually take it out and then use the candle separately. I die cut the letters using the designer paper, and I used the detailed trio punch to corner round the corners and create the openings here for that beautiful polka dot tulle that actually goes all the way around. Now secure the back with a couple glue dots to hold it in place to make it easier for you, and then finish it up with a bow. My original tin using the heart card actually holds mini Famous Amos chocolate chip cookies. So for those of you that really don't care to bake, you can certainly get store-bought items and place them down inside. That's just another idea of how to fill them. But like I said in the introduction, I actually have 25 ways for you to fill your heart. Click the video description below where it says see more, and you'll be able to find the link to lead you over to all those items. Whether you're creating these for coworkers, friends, families, classrooms, weddings, or showers, this is a fantastic way to package a favor or a little gift or treat. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you're interested in receiving a complimentary copy of the mini catalog where these products are featured, or even the annual catalog, head over to lisasstampstudio.com and click on Contact Me. And it's a great time to shop because it's Stampin' Up's largest sale of the year called Celebration. For every $50 in product that you spend before shipping and tax, you can choose a free item from this brochure absolutely free. All the details are over on my website. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up here on YouTube, which is a like. It certainly helps. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.